Hi friends! Today I'm finally going to continue working on my 5 Series project, and this weekend I'm going to install my new brake lines and fuel lines. For those of you that haven't watched my previous video about my E28 project, last time I worked on this car I removed both the brake lines and the fuel lines. That wasn't an easy job to do since the Phillips screws that keep the lines in place were all rounded off. To still be able to remove the lines, I used a power file to file the head of the screws off so I could remove the clips that keep the brake lines and fuel lines in place. So since I've filed off the head of the screws, I'm left with these pieces sticking out of the car. So now I'm going to use the power file again to get a smooth surface, and then I'll weld these weld nuts on there so I can reinstall the brake lines and fuel lines. By the way, I've never welded before, so this is probably going to be a disaster, but you gotta start somewhere, so I'm just going to try. Just like that. Well, that's by far the ugliest weld I've ever seen, but I am going to use the power file to flatten the surface. But at least it's in place, you know? Oh, and by the way, the main reason I'm going to flatten this surface is because these clips go on top, and otherwise they don't stay to the surface, if you know what I mean. Well, at least that looks a little bit better, I think. And now I'm gonna go and repeat the same process for all the other screws. Well, these are super ugly as well, but they're in place, I guess. And now I'm going to repeat the same process on the rest of the car, and I'll get back to you once I'm done. There's some screws behind the exhaust, and since I gotta remove the exhaust anyways because it's rotten, I'm going to remove it now so I have a little more room to work. Well, the rear muffler's off. Now my friend and I are going to grab some dinner, and then I'll get back to you tomorrow to finish the rest. Hi, I'm back. It is now the next day, and I've been thinking yesterday, because since this car is so rusty, I'm a bit scared that when I put the fuel lines and brake lines back in place, that there's still a bit of rust behind the underbody coating. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try and get rid of all the underbody coating as well, and then put some new one on, just to check if there's no rust behind there, because I don't want to remove the brake lines and fuel lines later to get rid of the rust. So yeah, I am going to remove the exhaust still and weld the other weld nuts on there, and then I'm going to try and remove all the underbody coating, which I'm probably going to do on the floor, because I don't have much room in between the car lift and the car itself. So yeah, that's the plan for today. It's a little plan change, but I think that's the best way to do it for now.
Ja, dan.
Pardon? Ja.
Sarah.
So I'm trying to remove all of the underbody coating right here. And now you can really clearly see all the rust. And there's some rust here as well under the coating, which you couldn't see before. So I'm really happy that I'm removing everything, because I think that when you're doing it, you gotta do it right. Oh, and by the way, before I get any comments about it, there's a jack stand under here, so I'm not just relying on this thing. Okay, so I've made another change of plans once more, because I removed all of the underbody coating here, but I decided that before I remove all the underbody coating where the new lines are going to be, I'm going to get started with some welding, because then we can spray it in and not leave the metal open like this. So I'm going to try and remove the carpet from the inside and this piece, because there's a lot of rust behind here. And yeah, then we can get to welding, and my friend's going to help me, of course. Wow, that looks amazing. This car is almost like new. It's such a shit box. Well, I did get rid of the carpet, and there's some huge holes in here. Look at that. So this will need a whole lot of work, but I'm gonna clean this first. I am trying to remove this fender because there's rust behind it, of course, but it seems to be glued on, so I'm going to try and use a heat gun to remove the glue from the fender, and hopefully that will work, because I have no idea. I've removed all of these screws, but it's still super stuck. I can't move it at all, so that's what I'm going to try now. Oh my god, yeah! Look at all that sealant. It's everywhere. And this was such a pain in the ass. But we removed it. That's awesome. And my car's looking super sad. Took us, I think, an hour total to remove the fender. Maybe more, I don't know. But yeah, one more to go, but I'm not going to do that today because it's going to be dark pretty soon. Okay, so today was actually a total disaster. I didn't get anything done I wanted to get done, but I did get a lot of other useful things done, I guess. The sun's already starting to set, so my friend and I are going to eat and I'm going to push this car inside. Maybe I will get to welding later today, but I'm not going to conclude it into this video because I think it's been chaotic enough already. So yeah, I think that's it for today, but please stay tuned. I'll get back to you next week to weld this car, and this time I'm actually going to weld it. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!